So number one reason why a lot of marriages, or 50% of marriages, end up in divorce or end up in divorces: lack of preparation. A lot of people prepare more for their wedding than they prepare for the actual marriage. So you see a lot of preparations for the wedding, the event, how big it should be, how, you know, prominent it should be, how everyone is supposed to know, it should be the talk of the town. And then you put so much pressure, you put so much energy preparing for that wedding, but you are not even prepared for the actual marriage. Now you go to the altar, you walk down the aisle, you make your vows, and then you go home all assured that this is the person you want to do this with. Then somehow along the line or along the marriage, things change. You begin to think that, you know, this is actually not the person I thought or I would have actually done this marriage thing with. But then somehow it's too late because you're already in it, right? So lack of preparation is one of the reasons why a lot of marriages end up in divorces. You're not prepared for the marriage. You don't set goals. You don't make up your mind that this is what you want to do. You're not psychologically, mentally, you are not physically, you're not spiritually, you're not financially, you are not mentally ready. Like, you need to be all this ready, like physically, mentally, spiritually, psychologically, financially prepared to do. If you're not prepared to go into marriage and you eventually go into it unprepared, you would end up opting out, you would end up rushing out of it. So lack of preparation is one of the reasons why a lot of marriages crash or hit the rock. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. You guys, I missed you and I'm back today. So if today is the first time you're watching my video, you are highly welcome to my channel. This is NENEVERSE, and if you are a returning subscriber, you know I love you so much from my heart. Yeah, so thank you for consistently watching my videos. Thank you for commenting, especially on the last video. Thank you so much, you guys. It means a lot to me. And today we'll be going right into the video or continuation of the last episode. We talked about some reasons why 50% of all marriages end up in divorce. So we're going to be continuing today. This is like the second episode in that series. So in today's episode, I'll be giving you some reasons why 50% of all marriages end up in divorce. Another reason why a lot of marriages, or 50% of marriages, end up in divorce is unrealistic expectations. Thank you for the person who commented on the last video. You talked about this as one of the reasons why a lot of marriages end up in divorce, and I agree with you. Unrealistic expectations. A lot of people go into marriages with so much expectations, you know, and then they get into the marriage and they're finding out that all of these expectations are very, very unrealistic because they are not even there. Let's say, for instance, you're going into a marriage with so much promises. Someone has promised you that, you know, when we get married, we're going to leave this country, we're going to fly abroad, you're going to give birth abroad, you're going to do so many things. You know, the marriage hasn't even started, but it's already built on promises, unrealistic expectations. Now, you get into the marriage and the things this person has told you or you were expecting to see in the marriage is not what you saw, or it's not what you're seeing, that you want to opt out of the marriage. Unrealistic expectations. You want this person to have so amount of money in his bank account, or you think he had that kind of money in his bank account, only for you to come into the marriage and you see that everything is not the way you thought. So for a marriage to actually work, I feel like you should drop all of your so many unrealistic expectations, because marriage is not something you should go into with like so much expectations that are out of this world, that you know that in 1 year, 2 years, you can't even realize those expectations. Like, you can't even, those things cannot even work. Drop your expectations, go into this marriage. And you know, my mom would always say that marriage is like a gift. It's like a gift box. So whenever you open the gift box, whatever you see inside, that is your package. So you need to like make up your mind that this is something I am going, so whatever I see inside, I'm going to take it that way. But if you go in with so much expectations, you go into the marriage with so much expectations, but you're seeing something different from what you expected, you become tired, you become, you know, you don't have interest anymore, you want to come out of the marriage. Unrealistic expectations is one of the reasons why 50% of marriages end up in divorce. Another reason why 50% of marriages, or 50% of all marriages, end up in divorce is lack of attention for your spouse. Lack of attention for your spouse. Now I'm going to take my time to break this down, because this is the reason why so many marriages have hit the rock, or so many marriages are shaking, right? Lack of attention for your spouse. You guys wanted to do this marriage thing. You were all lovey-dovey. You loved each other. You were showing me attention. You were someone who would always call me in the morning or send me text in the morning. Like before I wake up, I've seen the text. You know what I want. You know when to order my pizza. You know when to go online, see something I like, and then you're telling me, go check that thing out. Is it something you like? Would you want me to get it for you? The same thing I do for you. Like I see something I feel you would love, and I ask you, do you want this thing? I'm showing you so much attention. It may not really be the gift. I care about you. I care about your person. I make it known to you. I love your shirt, babe. I love your shirt. I love your trousers. I wear my makeup, and you are showing me like, I love your makeup. Like, I want you to call me. You are calling me. You're letting me know that. I need you to know that I care about you. I'm showing you this attention because you need it, because you deserve it. I mean, we're doing this marriage thing together, right? Now, when you stop showing your partner the attention you were showing them from the beginning of the marriage, you don't expect it to be the same. And that's when we talk about cheating. Cheating begins to come in when you're not showing this person this attention, someone elsewhere is showing them the attention. You don't expect the marriage to be the same. Now there will be undivided attention, right? The person's attention is no longer here because someone else is giving that person attention outside. The attention you have not been giving this person. If someone elsewhere decides to start showing this person this attention, this marriage thing may not work. You guys may not be on the same page anymore, and the marriage begins to shake. Now that's the reason why you see a lot of people are in marriages, but they have partners outside. Like serious something going on, but they have a marriage, they have gone to the altar, they've made their vows till death do us part, but they have something else outside going on, something very serious going on. It's not because they really want this thing to go on, but because of the attention they are getting from outside. These people outside are ready to give them so much attention because they know they're not getting them from you. They're not getting that attention from you, who is the wife or the husband inside. Someone outside is readily giving that attention, showering her with gifts, showering her with so much time. I have your time. Let's hang out. Let's do this. I have so much time for you. But you're not doing that. Then you begin to think in your head, what's going on? It used to be better in the beginning, but right now it's worse. You don't even know. You can't even place it. Attention. Try to give your partners attention when they need it. In fact, they don't even need to need it. Just shower them with that attention. I feel like for two people to be in this marriage thing or a relationship, attention is like one of the things you should. If you're not showing me attention, if you're not showing me this attention, it feels like something is not right. Like the attention you show to me, it just reminds me that your mind is still in this thing that we have agreed to do. So if I'm not seeing the attention, if I'm not getting the attention that I want from you, or you're supposed to shower me, I may get tired of the whole thing. Like your partner might get tired, and when they try to communicate this to you and you are seeming not to get it, or you are seeming not to change, like after a while, the person might end up opting for divorce because they can't take it. Like there's something about attention. When there are people that would literally, like, I've had a lot of marriages that the spouses are the ones asking for the attention. Like, why would you be in a marriage and be the one asking for attention? Why? So why are we in the marriage? One of the reasons most marriages end up in divorces or hit the rock is lack of attention from spouse. Another reason marriages, or 50% of marriages, end up in divorce is lack of tolerance. This one, tolerance / patience. Lack of tolerance could actually lead to marriages hitting the rock, or lead to divorces in marriages. Lack of tolerance. You need to be able to tolerate this person. Like, this can be very difficult sometimes. Like, there are people that are actually lousy, there are people you cannot tolerate, but I feel like when you guys are courting, like when you guys are dating, those are the periods when you're supposed to know if you'll be able to tolerate this person or you not be able to tolerate this person. Now that's why I would always be like, I don't, you know, I feel like everyone should date whoever they want to marry before the marriage thing. I know some people would be like, that doesn't determine anything, people change as time goes on. Yeah, that's true, but somehow you will get to know who the person is. Somehow, if like there's some things that you may not be able to tolerate, there's some things you may not be able to take, you may not be able to stand during the time of the dating or courtship. You would be able to know whether this is something you would tolerate in the marriage, right? Like some people that drink, some people smoke, some people do so many things, some people snore while they sleep, some people sleep talk, a lot of things. Like some people talk a lot, some people just cannot shut up. Some people, like, there's so many things you should be sure that you can tolerate in marriage. And how do you even find out this thing if you did not even date this person, if you did not court this person? How do you know these things? Do you want to like come into the marriage and then find out all these things for yourself, and then you begin to say this person wasn't like this in the beginning, you just came into the marriage and you saw these things? You guys did not really get to know each other before the marriage. So how do you want to really know if you'll be able to tolerate some of the attitudes or some of the, you know, things that this person will be doing during the marriage? Lack of tolerance is one of the reasons. In fact, I feel like that's like it should be like top 3 when we're talking about reasons why people divorce. Lack of tolerance. If you're not able to tolerate your partner, if your partner cannot tolerate you, it could lead to divorce. We have seen it happen. It's happening. You know, some people end up saying he's a 1-minute man, he's a 2-minute man, I cannot tolerate that, I cannot deal, and stuff like that. You see them opting for divorce, like just because of that. So why not find out if this is something you can tolerate? Do you want to rather find out in the marriage? Do you want to find out for yourself in the marriage and then end up, you know, opting out of the marriage? Try to tolerate your partner. There are a lot of things, little things. Like these things are very little things. How the person talks, is it something you can take? How the person walks, is it something you can take? Are you like, can you tolerate every part of this person? Lack of tolerance. It could lead to divorce. It has led to divorces. You know, you are talking, I am talking. We are not like, you just have to tolerate your partner. If you want to do this with someone, if you think this is what you want, this is whom you want to do this marriage thing with, you need to make up your mind that you would be able to tolerate everything. Like, there's times that this person would annoy you. Times like that would come. Like, it would definitely come. Like, you don't even want to see this person, you don't want to talk to this person, but you need to have it at the back of your mind that this is a person I actually agreed to do this thing with. So you need to make up your mind that this is what you want to do, this is something you had made up your mind to do. You need to have this at the back of your mind every time situations like that come up. Tolerate and maintain and hold on to your marriage, hold on to your relationship. But if you're not able to tolerate, it could lead to divorce. It could lead to the marriage hitting the rock. It has led to a lot of marriages hitting the rock. So lack of tolerance is one of the reasons why a lot of marriages end up in divorce. It's very little, but it means a lot. Another reason why a lot of marriages hit the rock, or 50% of all marriages end up in divorce, is neglect. I'm supposed to join this with you know, lack of attention. I'm supposed to mix this with lack of attention, but I decided to do it alone because it's on its own. Neglect. If you neglect your partners, you know, how the person feels, how the person thinks. The person has communicated so many things to you. You are not even putting it into consideration. You are neglecting everything this person is saying. You're neglecting the person's feeling, neglecting how the person feels. You talk to this person anyhow. You don't care how they feel. You act anyhow towards this person, and you don't even care how they feel. This person will continue to hold on to this. It will get here someday, and they may not be able to take it anymore. And they will tell you they are done. They've had it up to here, and they can't continue. It has led to a lot of marriages hitting the rock. A lot of marriages have divorced, or people have divorced their marriages because of because of neglect. You don't pay attention to so many things regarding your partner. I want you to be this partner that, you know, I'm doing some things. Don't neglect me. Don't try to neglect your partner. Like, try to pay attention. Try to pay so much attention to so many things. Like, it really goes a long way if your partner knows that you don't neglect me, you don't neglect my feelings, you know, the way I think, the way I feel. Like, it's a lot. Don't neglect your partner. We are going to also be continuing on this. It's a very long series. I'm going to be finishing it on the 3rd episode. I'm going to be doing this again on the next video. I'm going to also be talking about reasons why 50% of marriages end up in divorce, and that will be the last episode on this series. So I hope you've been able to learn 1 or 2 things from this video, and if you have, and you are in marriage, you're intending to marry, you are planning to marry, you're already married, please look at these reasons why a lot of marriages end up in divorces. Try to work on these things so your marriage cannot or do not end up in divorce, and also so that when you are able to go into a marriage, you'll be able to know how to, you know, hold on to your marriage, work on things like this, be prepared, make up your mind, pay attention to some things regarding your partner, respect your partner, tolerate your partner. So many reasons, you know. I hope you've been able to learn 1 or 2 things from this video, and if you have, don't fail to give me a thumbs up, and also comment, give me your reasons. Why do you think most marriages end up in divorces? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and please do not forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, share if you want, and then I'll see you guys next time on the next one. We'll be finishing this episode on the next video. Thank you. Bye.